Welcome everyone. It is time for BMG Fly Talks. BMG Fly stands for Black Muslim Girl Fly. And tonight we have a special guest host who is a fashion designer. Every Monday night we have a conversation, me and another professional Black Muslim woman. And tonight's topic is fashion. And of course I wanted to invite the sister who offered to dress me for every single day of the film festival that we just launched today. The sister Carmen Muhammad, and the name of her company is Al Nisa Designs. And so we're gonna just chill and sit and wait for her to arrive. I've already got Facebook set up, so if you are following us on Facebook, tune in and we can get started with a little bit of conversation about me and you. So, for everyone out there who does not know me, my name is Nia Malika Dixon. I'm an independent filmmaker here in Los Angeles, originally from Baltimore, and I've been living out here since about 2005. October, I celebrate my 13-year anniversary with. And I have been creating stories that center the underrepresented. I think I only have one film where one of the main characters was a white heterosexual male, and that one is City in the Sea. So if you are not following me or subscribed to me on YouTube so that you can check out all of the films that I shoot, that I write, direct, and produce, go to YouTube, type in Nia Malika Dixon Presents. That's one of my YouTube channels. You can also follow me on Vimeo, and I have several pieces on Vimeo that are not on the YouTube channel that you can check out. But in the meantime, fashion, as a Black Muslim woman, I grew up with the fashion of wearing a scarf. I went to Muslim school all my life. Wearing a head wrap was something that was normal. My mom used to wear her head wrap similar to this. And so, boom, I fit right into that. I never had a problem or a stigma about wearing my scarf. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that I was very sheltered. I grew up going to Muslim schools. I feel blessed because I've attended Sister Carmen Muhammad School, and I did not start attending public school until 8th grade. And the reason why I feel like I'm blessed is because I had a sense of community. Everybody in our community looked like us. I did not have any identity issues. My mom studied African American studies as her major in college. And so we lived in a household where my Black identity and my Muslim identity were the same exact thing. And so I know a lot of people out there don't have that same experience growing up. So I want to say I feel blessed for that. And I don't want to take that for granted. My mother did convert to Islam. She was born and raised Catholic. I, on the other hand, was born and raised Muslim in Baltimore. And my 22-year-old daughter was born and raised Muslim in Baltimore. Now, I don't know if she's going to give me grandchildren. Let's just make a little prayer. And my granddaughters will probably dress in a similar fashion. I emulate the way that my mother used to wear her scarf because now she does not wear her scarf this way. And that's something I want to talk about with Carmen tonight with regard to fashion and wearing our head wraps and headscarves and being a Black Muslim woman. A lot of people assume that we are supposed to wear our scarves a specific way. Now, I did not grow up in the nation, but when I was little, I used to wear my scarf very similar to the women in the nation, and I would pin my scarf in the back and let the front hang. Some women let it hang in the back, but as I evolved, I developed my own sense of style, if you want to call it that. I am not a fashionista. I am not into fashion at all. And so when Carmen reached out to me and said, Nia, I want to dress you for your film festival, for every day of the film festival, I thought to myself, this is awesome. Because I went to her Instagram page and I immediately fell in love with her designs. And one of the reasons is because not only are the clothing designs modest, meaning the focus is not on your body, but it's on the style, the fashion, the lines, the colors, the fabrics. That to me is art. That to me is culture. And the lines are sharp on her designs. She has a military influence. There are a lot of buttons. I saw this really great, like I fell in love with this outfit on, go to Instagram, Alnisa Designs, after this is over, and take a look. And you could probably guess which one I like, because I'm very, like, I don't like anything super fancy. I'm very easy to please. As you can tell, I'm a t-shirt and jeans kind of gal. I'm 44 years old, and I don't plan on, you know, doing a full beat of makeup and wearing fantastic and fabulous outfits. You know, and I don't knock that. I know people who do it, and it's gorgeous. And as Black Muslim women, we're able to rock anything, literally. I know that for a fact. Like every single Black Muslim woman I know has their own style. Welcome, Assalamu alaikum. Has their own style, their own fashion. And if you find someone who designs clothing whose fashions are modest as a Black Muslim woman, and they appeal to your sense, you run with that. You run with that, because it's really difficult. If you open up any fashion magazine, I'm just going to randomly name one, Vogue. If you open up Vogue, are you going to see modest fashion? I don't know. I don't really know. I do feel like modest fashion is trendy right now. But if you're a Muslim, modest fashion has always been the way that you dress. It's not trendy. It's your way of life. And I want your input. Like, hey, tell me, do you rather wear your head wrapped this way, or do you rather pin it like I mentioned earlier? Or do you wear your scarf similar to the way my mom does, where she wraps it around this, like that twice, and then she like pins it? And what kinds of colors do you like? You know, there are some people who say that modesty is also in the colors. Personally, you guys know what color I like. Let's all say it together. Purple. Purple's my favorite color, and I don't know how long it's been my favorite color, but because it's my favorite color, I wear purple everything. Purple lipstick, purple scarves, purple eyeglasses. Sometimes I don't even realize that I've bought everything purple until I open the closet and I'm trying to pick out something to wear. I have a friend who went to Japan, and this is what she brought me back for my glasses, because, you know, she knows I love purple. My purse is purple. I have earrings that are purple. So let's get off purple and move on to you. What are some of your favorite colors to wear? What colors do you think are off limits for Muslims to wear, Muslim women to wear, because they're too bright and too flashy? Because there are some Muslim women who think we should all be wearing black. There are some Muslim women who have issue with my neck showing. There are some Muslim women who don't care, and they wear short sleeves. You know, they don't wear a scarf, and that's okay. Like, everything I've just said is what Black Muslim women decide or choose to do with regard to their style and their fashion, and it's all okay. Oh, you say none. You don't like any colors? I want to say that's yes, me. Am I right? Just type yes or no, because I can never remember through handles, like your social media handles, which is why I always stick with Nia Malika Dixon, because it's really easy. But I know when I was growing up, yes, I got it. Thank you. So I know when I was growing up, and if you're a Black Muslim girl growing up, you know your mom gave you a hard time, especially if you tried to leave out the house with some tight jeans on and a short skirt, a short shirt that wasn't long enough to cover up your booty. And being a black girl, you know, you're well endowed and you need to cover. Some people didn't need to cover. Yes, vibrant colors give me life as well. Um, and I respect that. What's your favorite color? I have another Muslim here on Instagram, and I have some people, oh, they left, on Facebook, but I'm sure they'll be back. And if you are tuning in and watching right now, we're talking about fashion from the Black Muslim woman's perspective. My guest host tonight is Carmen Muhammad. She created the company Al Nisa Designs. And I am also going to repost some of her fashions on this Instagram and on the Facebook page so you can get a look. And I'll include a couple links as well. Her styles, you know, she was one of my Friday features for bmgfly.com. So go on over to bmgfly.com after this so you can read more about how she became a fashion designer. But based on our interview and me getting to know her, it just confirmed what I've always believed, that style and fashion are part of our culture as Muslims, as Black women, as Latina women, as Afro-Latina women. We incorporate colors, like you said, that give us life. We incorporate the styles that make sure that we're covering our hair. We are very creative when it comes to that. And there's some history that goes along with those head wraps. You know, head wraps are not new here in the United States. The first women to rock the head wraps were slaves. And there's a story behind that. There's always a story behind everything. And I wonder if we'll have time. I'm waiting for her to jump on. And you know how it is with technical difficulties. If she doesn't come on, that's cool too. We can still have a conversation about Black Muslim modest fashion. I wanted to cover 3 things tonight. 1, that modest fashion is our legacy. It's part of our heritage. It's a part of our culture. 2, that head wraps did not originate with other cultures. You know, we started the head wraps here in the United States. Also, the 3rd thing I wanted to talk about is how can we get a hold of some of those fashions that Al Nisa Designs sports. And I just got a little message. Yes, all the diasporans, thank you. I got a little message that I'm running out of battery, so I'm going to grab, we're in the honeycomb hideout here. I'm going to grab my battery and make sure that I don't lose the connection. See, even my purse. I told you, purple. Purple is the color of royalty. Purple is also the color of spirituality, I've been told. Purple is also, correct me if I'm wrong, crown chakra color. I'm not very well versed on chakras, but I do know a little bit. And because purple is my favorite color, and I know one of them, I think it's the crown chakra. So just bear with me, please. I want to plug in technology, my little portable battery, so I don't lose you. Okay. So this is a 30-minute chat. It's not a formal talk show. I want your input. I want this to be a conversation. I don't want you guys to think that, you know, I'm just a talking head, because if you know me, I'm very much rooted in community. I grew up in a Muslim community in Baltimore that was predominantly Black. Once we moved, we started attending the Islamic Society of Baltimore, which was in the suburbs. And so we got much more multicultural community. And then along with that, we got a multicultural mix of fashion. Now, I brought this up because, going back to the headscarf thing, I want to bring this up because it's a source of contention. And if you're a Black Muslim girl who grew up wearing a scarf, you can probably relate to this. I grew up in this particular masjid with Arab and Desi and African and Black American Muslims. And we all dress differently because of our cultures being different. And I spoke earlier about that when I made the analogy of each of us being snowflakes. Now, if you're in a situation where you're trying to shame someone because of the way they are dressing and it's not in line with what you think is the best way or the way to dress as a Muslim, then there's a problem. And I know a lot of girls grew up like that. They grew up with, people telling them that their culture is inappropriate. Now, I'm not going to get into a discussion about whether or not you have to wear a scarf or you don't. I come from a very big family, and one of my brothers of 6 studied Islam most of his life. He's lived in Egypt, he lived in Malaysia, he attended university in Damascus, he went to school at Al-Azhar, he has degrees in fiqh, and so I like to call my brother Muhammad my sheikh in my pocket, because he's my little brother. I used to change his diapers. However, he's much more knowledgeable than I am. And so I do go to him whenever I have a question about Islam. And I had a conversation with him about my scarf and how I wear it, because I got a lot of flack for it. But culturally, my scarf, my head wrap, is in line with my culture. It is not out of line with my Islam. And I'll just leave it at that. So tell me, do you prefer to wrap your scarves like this? Or do you prefer to pin them? Or do you prefer to wrap them around like that and then pin them the way my mother does? Leave some comments, because like I said, this is a community discussion here. Also, I really want to cover the base of Fashion Week, because Sister Carmen was blessed to attend Fashion Week. She was invited to attend Fashion Week in Milan. She also received lots of awards, including one from Louis Vuitton. And you can also read about that on bmgfly.com for her interview. And I'm just guessing that she's having technical difficulties, because she told me, I don't know how to log in, and I gave her instructions, but mashallah, mashallah, it's all good. I will probably have her back on again, because I have a special announcement that does involve her that is related to our film festival. So earlier today, Audace Entertainment and Nia Malika Dixon announced the big surprise, the big announcement, is that we're launching the International Film Festival of Black Muslim Girl Fly. So that converges all of the different cultural aspects, such as storytelling, such as fashion, such as art, music, and that all comes together in filmmaking. And so I wanted to talk to Carmen about that as well. And Carmen is going to be my special guest at that festival, especially because she told me she's going to dress me for every night of the festival. So alhamdulillah, of course, I am very grateful for that. I love her designs. But this medium of art, filmmaking, incorporates all of those things. And me, as an artist myself, I don't like to just like single out the storytelling. I'm a writer, yes, but I'm also a filmmaker, and it's visual, it's auditory. And eventually, if you go to like one of those movie theaters where your seats move, and you're watching an action movie, I'm an action junkie. If you watch action movies, you're gonna have that tactile stuff as well, which is great. Because the point of storytelling is to engage you. It's also to connect with others, to see how similar we are. And that goes back to fashion. Now, when I was talking about being at this masjid with this multicultural population, not all of the feedback was negative. Yes, I got picked on, growing up. Probably one of 5 Black girls there. And, oh, you're not wearing your scarf right. That was always something that came up. But eventually, with the positive reinforcement of my mother, I didn't really have to worry about that because culturally, there is nothing wrong with the way I'm dressed, and Islamically, there's nothing wrong with the way that my scarf is wrapped. So, but there are differences, and we should honor our differences. And then not knock a sister just because she doesn't dress like you or have that fashion sense like I don't. And, you know, you can always teach. That is something as sisters that we should be able to share with each other. You know, that you may know how to use your scarf in a way that I don't. Or I had one particular sister who just, you know, clued me in on lipstick. For the longest time, I did not wear any makeup at all because I'm not that kind of person. I don't like makeup. But then when she introduced me to purple lipstick, that's all you had to say, right? That's my favorite color. Listen, sisters, I even have purple underwear right now. I'm wearing a purple bra. I know that's TMI, but it's like, you know what? If you know what your style is, embrace it. And my style is my color. So anyway, so I think I'm going to just call it that Carmen was having some technical difficulties, which is cool. This was just a chat, and I want her to watch this later. I want you guys to watch this later and have a discussion amongst yourselves. You know, don't let the conversation end here. Talk amongst yourselves in your communities. You know, I've been making mine out of crayons and shea butter. Oh, your lipstick. Oh, girl, you stop. We got to talk, you know, because DIY is awesome. This lipstick I found on Amazon. $4. I know how to find a deal. But yeah, continue the conversation. You know, make room for those sisters who grew up like me, a tomboy, and didn't really care about lipstick and eyeliner until high school. Coincidentally, I didn't even start going to public school until high school. I went to Muslim schools all the way up until then. And that's when I realized how much style I do have. You know, when you're in a homogenous group, growing up, like I said, at Sister Carmen Muhammad School, we wore uniforms. We wore the triangle scarf. And then when it wasn't school time, you know, we dressed up. I wore my head wrap, or I wore a triangle scarf and let the, you know, little tails hang in the front. Yes, hey, Antoinette, welcome. But you evolve. And then when you're introduced to other different cultures, other styles, other ways to dress, you don't always have to say, oh, that looks just wrong. You don't have to be negative. You can take it and you can rock it your way. As sisters, let's share. Let's lift each other up. Let's be positive with one another instead of calling people out and saying, I can see your shape. Is that really the best way you're going to give me advice on how to dress? Just to tell me, hey, I can see your shape. That's immodest. You should go back home. You know, you'd be surprised some of the stuff that you can hear at the masjid based on how you're dressed. But again, oh, hey, yes, thank you. I love you too, and I miss you too. I'll probably be back to Baltimore pretty soon. But every Monday, we're going to be here having a conversation about something else. And if I can get Carmen a little later, or maybe even later in the week, I will. Because you guys deserve to hear some of the jewels that she drops. Like, we talk on the phone and just wisdom. Jewels after jewels after jewels after jewels. And that's comes from life experience. She's an elder, and I give her the utmost respect. Especially looking at her CV. I mean, like, it's a scroll. Like, it could go on for like a couple of feet. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that as another Black Muslim woman. I want to lift her up. And you know what? I got the feeling that she wants to do the same for me, especially when she offered to dress me. Like, I'm going to keep going back to that because I love her fashions. I love her designs. Okay, so I'm going to close out right now by sending you to her site. Go to her Instagram, take a look at her designs. Hey, Keisha, welcome to the broadcast. BMG Fly Talks is here for you, and you can watch this for the next 24 hours. And in the meantime, go on over to Alnisa Designs and check out Carmen's designs, and stay tuned. Not only is she going to be in Milan soon, but she's also going to be my special guest for the International Film Festival of Black Muslim Girl Fly. And if you want to know more about that, go on to bmgfly.com, or you can just check my Instagram. There's links. You can also go and find it on Twitter. We just launched our campaign today. We are raising money so that we can host a Fly film festival. And this film festival is just for Black Muslim women and girls. And yes, Afro-Latina counts. If you are Afro-Latina, you count. So please spread the word. We will be hosting a film festival in December. Submissions open up on my birthday, September the 20th. So if you know a filmmaker, if you know a storyteller, and she's a Black Muslim woman or a Black Muslim girl, anywhere in the world, let them know to stay tuned. Follow us here. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook at Black Muslim Girl Fly. And I will catch you guys on the next episode. This has been fun. I've been talking my head off. Now, if you have any other questions that you want to ask Carmen, please do go to the Facebook page and type your questions, because I will definitely ask them and get them answered. Inshallah, I will post them later on in the week. And I will see you guys later. Thank you for joining, and stay tuned for more. Like I said, I am on a mission to give platform to people who look and live like me, Black Muslim Girl Fly. And if you didn't notice, I have on the new model, the white version of Black Muslim Girl Fly. And the definition is on the back. Yeah. All right, guys. Catch you on the next broadcast. Bye. And then I'm going to say bye here on Facebook. I love you. See you next time. Bye.